There's one sound that can stop a car enthusiast mid-sentence. Not a pop tune, not a supercar alarm, but the cold start of a BMW M engine. It's mechanical, it's emotional, it's unmistakable. For over 50 years, BMW M hasn't just built fast cars. It's built engines with personalities. Engines that scream, snarl, whisper, and sometimes disappoint. Because for every legend BMW M created, there were moments where the magic slipped. Cost-cutting crept in, regulations tightened, reliability suffered, and the purists noticed. So today, we're doing what BMW fans love to argue about most. We're ranking BMW M engines from worst to best, not based on hype, but on engineering, performance, reliability, tuning potential, sound, and soul. Some of these engines you'll defend with your life. Some you'll be shocked to see near the bottom, and one may be the greatest performance engine BMW has ever built. Let's start where it hurts the most. Let's get this out of the way. The S85 is here not because it lacked brilliance, but because it lacked restraint. On paper, the S85 V10 is insanity. A naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V10. 80,250 RPM redline. Formula One inspiration. 500 horsepower in a four-door sedan back in 2005. When it launched, the E60 M5 embarrassed Ferraris. But reality hit hard. The S85 became infamous for rod-bearing failures, throttle actuator issues, SMG transmission nightmares, and maintenance costs that could bankrupt small nations. This wasn't an engine you owned, it was an engine that owned you. When it worked, it was transcendent. The sound above 7,000 RPM still gives people chills. But reliability matters, and the S85 simply asked too much from owners. It's one of the greatest engines BMW ever dared to build, but also one of the least livable. The S65 was the V8 answer to the S85's chaos. A 4.0-liter naturally aspirated V8. 414 horsepower, 8,400 RPM redline, and arguably the best-sounding V8 BMW ever produced. But once again, rod bearings. BMW corrected many S85 flaws with the S65, but didn't fully solve them. Early engines suffered similar bearing wear, and owners learned quickly that preventative maintenance wasn't optional, it was survival. That said, the S65 delivered something special. Razor-sharp throttle response, a linear power band, and a soundtrack that made the E92 M3 feel like a DTM car for the street. It's flawed, but unforgettable. The S55 is where opinions split the room. Introduced in 2014, the S55 powered the F80 M3 and F82 M4, cars that arrived with impossible expectations. They were turbocharged successors to the screaming V8 S65, and from the very first rev, fans were skeptical. On paper, the S55 was brilliant. A 3.0-liter inline-six with twin mono-scroll turbochargers, a closed deck block, forged crankshaft, and a redline touching 7,600 revolutions per minute. It produced 425 horsepower at launch, later climbing to 454 in competition form. But numbers weren't the problem, the sound was. Compared to the S65's operatic wail, the S55 felt muted, mechanical, restrained. Even though it was faster in every measurable way, quicker to 60, stronger out of corners, devastating on track, it lacked that emotional spark M fans had fallen in love with. And yet, history has been kinder to the S55 than its debut suggested. Tuners quickly discovered that this engine was absurdly overbuilt. Stock internals could handle 600 horsepower reliably. With proper upgrades, 4-digit power figures became common. Cooling was robust. Reliability improved dramatically over time. On track, it was relentless. The S55 wasn't an emotional engine, it was a weapon. That's why it sits here, not bad but misunderstood. A masterpiece of engineering that arrived at the wrong moment in history. If emotion alone determined ranking, the S54 would be near the top. Debuting in the E46 M3 in 2000, the S54 was BMW's farewell letter to naturally aspirated inline-six perfection. 3.2 liters. Individual throttle bodies. 8,000 revolutions per minute. 333 horsepower. Every input felt alive. Throttle response was instant. The induction noise was metallic and raw. The power delivery was linear, aggressive, and addictive. It felt like the engine wanted to race even when you didn't. But the S54 wasn't flawless. Early rod-bearing issues haunted its reputation, requiring recalls and preventive maintenance. Vanos failures were expensive. Ownership demanded respect and attention. This wasn't an engine you neglected. Yet, despite its flaws, the S54 became a benchmark. It powered not just the E46 M3, but the legendary Z3 M Coupe and Roadster, cars now worshipped for their rawness and rarity. Even today, enthusiasts chase S54 swaps, restorations, and rebuilds because nothing modern quite replicates its character. It earns its place not because it was perfect, but because it was unforgettable. The S58 is proof that BMW listened. After criticism of the S55's sound and character, BMW returned with something sharper, angrier, and more purposeful. Introduced in the G80 M3 and G82 M4, the S58 took everything learned from the S55 and refined it. 3.0 liters, twin mono-scroll turbos, closed-deck architecture, forged internals, massive cooling upgrades. Output started at 473 horsepower, climbing to 503 in competition form. Torque was immediate and overwhelming. But the real improvement was character. The S58 feels alive in a way the S55 never quite managed. It revs harder, it pulls longer. The power delivery is aggressive, relentless, and confidence-inspiring. On track, it's brutally effective. On the street, it feels dominant. Sound still isn't naturally aspirated magic, but it's purposeful, mechanical, and muscular. The S58 isn't nostalgic. It doesn't chase the past. It represents what modern M engines have become. Brutally fast, engineered to survive abuse, and built for a world where performance margins are razor-thin. BMW never had to build the S65, but they did. Introduced in the E90, E92, and E93 M3, the S65 was a 4.0-liter naturally aspirated V8 derived directly from BMW's Formula One experience. 8 individual throttle bodies, 8,400 RPM redline, 414 horsepower. This engine wasn't about efficiency, it wasn't about torque. It was about sensation. The sound was intoxicating. A high-frequency scream that turned tunnels into concert halls. Throttle response was instant. Power delivery demanded commitment. You didn't short-shift an S65, you chased redline every time. Like the S54, it had weaknesses. Rod bearings required attention. Maintenance costs were high. Fuel economy was irrelevant. But when it worked, it transcended. The S65 was BMW's last truly outrageous engine, one built not to sell units, but to make a statement. Before M was a badge, it was an idea. The S38 powered the E28 and E34 M5, cars that redefined what a performance sedan could be. Based on the legendary M88, this inline-six featured dual overhead cams, individual throttle bodies, and race-derived engineering. In its final evolution, it produced 340 horsepower. Astonishing for its time. But more importantly, it delivered character. The S38 wasn't just fast. It felt handcrafted. Every throttle input felt deliberate. Every gear change felt mechanical and intentional. This engine proved that a four-door sedan could outrun supercars while carrying executives in comfort. It laid the foundation for everything M would become. Without the S38, there is no M division as we know it today. Some engines exist beyond ranking. The S70 V12 powered the BMW McLaren F1, still considered by many to be the greatest road car ever built. Naturally aspirated, 6.1 liters, 618 horsepower, 8 individual throttle bodies, gold-lined engine bay. But numbers don't explain it. The S70 was built with obsession. Every component was designed for perfection, not compromise. It was smooth, responsive, brutally powerful, and utterly reliable, even at 200+ miles per hour. Gordon Murray demanded perfection. BMW delivered something timeless. No forced induction, no electronic interference, just mechanical brilliance. The S85 V10 is not rational. It doesn't make sense on paper. It was expensive, complex, temperamental, and inefficient, and that's exactly why it's number one. Introduced in the E60 M5 and E63 M6, the S85 was a 5.0-liter naturally aspirated V10 inspired directly by BMW's Formula One engines, 507 horsepower, 8,250 RPM redline, 10 individual throttle bodies. The sound was otherworldly. This engine didn't just rev, it detonated into motion. Power delivery was explosive, throttle response instantaneous. Driving it felt like controlling chaos. Yes, it had reliability issues. Yes, ownership required commitment. But nothing before or since has captured the madness of BMW M like the S85. It wasn't built to be practical. It was built to be unforgettable. BMW M engines were never just about speed. They were about character, emotion, identity. Each one reflects its era, from analog purity to turbocharged dominance. Some chased perfection. Others chased madness. But all of them told a story. And that's why we still talk about them. Because engines fade, but legends rev forever. So which BMW M engine is your favorite? And which one disappointed you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love deep dives into the engines that shaped car culture, hit subscribe. Because here on Past Pistons, we don't just rank engines. We tell the stories behind their soul.